Okay, so now we're going to look at codominance. So in codominance, both alleles are expressed. Okay, and with codominance, we use, because of both being expressed, you have to use superscripts to designate the both dominant alleles. So in this case, when a black-furred rabbit is crossed with a white-furred rabbit, all the F1 offspring are speckled. Both black and white show up. Now we have to represent this. So their coat, which is why I'm going to use C. C is just going to represent coat. Okay, you could also do F for fur. I would take that as well, as long as it makes sense. So in this case, black-furred rabbit would be CB, CB. Okay, with a white-furred rabbit would be CW, CW. So now we cross them. Whoopsies, it's going cray-cray on me. Okay, so now we cross them. Alphabetical. Oh my goodness. My stylus, I guess, is being too sensitive with it. Okay, so in this case, we must have set it up right because all the offspring are speckled. So remember, CB, CB would be black fur. Okay, would be black fur, whereas CW, CW is white fur rabbit. And then if they are heterozygous, then they are going to be speckled. Okay, they're going to have both black and white fur. So now we do the genotypic and phenotypic ratio. So again, these should really be superscripts here. Okay, so I'll just kind of change it like that. So 0 were homozygous for black fur. All of them were heterozygous for being speckled, and 0 were homozygous for white fur. So then phenotypically, 0 of the offspring of the F1 generation, the first filial generation, are going to be black. 4 or all of them are going to be speckled, and 0 are going to be white. Okay, let's look at another one. So in short-haired horned cattle, coat color can be red, white, or roan. So this would be roan over here. So we're going to cross 2 roan cattle. So again, in codominance, we have to use superscripts, and we're talking about coat color. So we're going to use the letter C. Okay, so 2 roan would have 1 red allele and 1 white allele. So this would have to be their genotypes. Now we're going to cross them. Okay, and look at our potential results. Now let's kind of make our key. So if we are CR, CR, it would be a red colored cattle, okay, red coat. If we are CW, CW, that would be a white coat. And then if we are heterozygous and would have 1 of each allele, then that would be a roan coat. So now, again, should be superscripts, because anytime that there can be 2 dominant alleles being expressed, you designate them with the superscript. So in this case, we could have 1 red, 1 CR, 1 that is 2 that are heterozygous here for roan, meaning they have a red coat allele and a white coat allele. and then 1 out of the 4 that is homozygous for white. And then if you break it down phenotypically speaking, that would mean the same thing, 1 red, 2 roan, and 1 right. So now if I ask you about the percentages, out of the 4, there's a 25% chance that the F1 generation will be red, phenotypically red right here with the genotype CRCR.